Hello, on Scatter playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm gonna show you the bucket list, which is all specifically for Kiryu Kazuma. When you play him as main character, we got him to level 10 and everything through the first playthrough. Unfinished business is what you can do achieve by doing all kinds of stuff in the main story. Kiryu was a bit easier to level up than Kasuga. So these are the things I achieved to level it up. For adventure wise, you can in battling, you can catch a lot. Also depending on the different jobs. And also influence to level him up. Also getting new weapons and stuff. Yeah, we didn't clear the Yokohama grounds yet. Not the new ones at least. We did the Yokohama Underground and Hawaiian Hunt Sector 1 to 3. Not the fourth one yet. Each of them. Also the DLC Big Show will only complete it after you finish the main story. So one of them on leveling up is Awakening level is completing the Life Link episode. When you haven't started this yet, it will say it starts around chapter 10 until chapter 12, but it will say specifically which things will unlock in which chapter. To the Memories, episode 1. The memories of Tachi. Thanks to Data-san's scheming, I was able to reunite with Tachi, sort of, considering how one-sided it was. That's fine by me. It helped me realize I wasn't ready to leave the kids for morning glory, though I'm sure they have grown up just as fine without me there. Then you have involved bodies, Data and veteran detective, and the only person who knows about my history, the Daidoji faction. We were able to reunite all thanks to the boss, and for now on we try keeping in touch with each other. Surely the faction won't have a problem with us meeting up. Taichi was one of the oldest children who lived in Morning Glory orphanage. Now he's old enough to have a drink and even works as a firefighter. He's really grown. So much so he's already devoted himself to protecting the lives of others. I've never felt so proud before. Second episode. The memories of Data. I'm glad to see that the son hasn't changed, still sticking his nose in someone else's business. Ever since we met during the Dojima case 30 years ago, he saved me time after time. I never imagined our relationship would last this long. Data, a detective for Tokyo's Police Department Division 4, also known as the Organized Crime Unit. He's one of the only people who knows I'm still alive. After our long-awaited reunion, I told him that my time was coming, and he agreed to help me with my bucket list. Episode 3. Memories of Stardust. I saw Kazuki and Yuya over in Kamurocho. Things have changed since the days Jingo Mafia once took over, and Stardust has been restored to its former glory. Though I never be able to open the bottle they have prepared for me, the fact they've kept it for so long means a lot. Kazuki, the owner of Stardust and host club in Kamurocho. I've caused him and his club a lot of trouble in the past, so I can't complain if they consider me a nuisance. But Kazuki said he wanted me to see the club for what it is now. If only I could show him my gratitude. Yuya, the manager of Stardust and host club in Kamurocho. Unlike his calm, cool-headed partner, he's an honest, hot-headed guy. The two of them still make an incredible team. If only I could tell Yuya how grateful I am that he waited for me. But all I can do is let these emotions well in my chest. Episode 3 and 4. Memories of Heroes family. I drank with Matsunaga and Tagashiro, members of the Hirose family, with how they were talking about their circumstances. They sounded like real yakuza, perhaps because they're following in the footsteps of their boss and Aniki Agumo. This reunion just showed me how much better they are doing themselves. Takashira, a member of the Hiroshi family, Onomichi Yakuza. My visit to Hiroshima completely turned their lives upside down, but it seems that their boss wouldn't have it any other way. At least, according to Takashira, it was a relief to hear that, and I wish I could thank him for it. Matsunaga, a member of the Hiroshi family Onomichi Yakuza. Despite having become an officer of the main family, his personality the same as ever. Even though I must have caused the Hiroshi family an irreparable amount of trouble, Matsunaga said he was proud to have fought alongside me. If only I could thank him for saying so in person. Episode 5 Memories of Chief Nakajima. I got to see Chief Nakajima of Nagasu Taxi, who took me under his wing when I was in Fukuoka. He's still as clumsy as I remember, at least from what I saw. I owe him and the other son so much. Those two are truly irreplaceable. Nakajima, chief of Nagasu Taxi, a taxi company in Fukuoka. After I left Morning Glory orphanage in Okinawa, he helped me out when I was having a rough time. Even though I can never repay him for all he's done, he still considers me one of his own and says that I'm welcome back anytime. Words can never be expressed enough to express how grateful I feel. Episode 6 Memories of Sayama. I got to see Kaoru Sayama, who I spent time with in Osaka, to keep the youth from joining the yakuza in the future. She was reassigned to the juvenile division. It seems the life I lived influenced her, so perhaps the choices I've made weren't for nothing. Involved Sayama, a sharp detective known as the Yakuza Hunters we met during a major incident that took place in Kamurocho and Sotonbori. But in order to pursue our dreams, we went our separate ways, and now Kaoru is carving out a new path for herself. The fact that she keeps me in mind makes me feel, well, elated. If only I could tell her how I really feel. Episode 7 Memories of Akiyama. I met up with Akiyama, though I would be more accurate to say I was attacked by him. It caught me off guard, but I should have expected it from a man like him. Akiyama himself told him I gave him courage to live. There's no way I'm going to thrive. No way I'm going to thrive up and succumb to death now. Akiyama, he runs a money lending business in Kamurocho called Sky Finance. He's been worried about me, but I couldn't bring myself to tell him the truth. I had the sucker punch of his coming, but even after all of that, he still wanted to lend me his strength. He really is nosy. Episode 8 Memories of Haruka. I never thought I'd hear Haruka's voice again. He's become so much stronger. That the son really stuck his neck out for me. If I'm going to pay him back for this, I can't keep running from my reason to live. Date. I've ruined so many lives. That the son being a prime example yet. He still called me his best friend. Even said he wouldn't give up on me. It would be nice if I could just pick up my feet, struggle harder, longer, to be with my loved ones. Those were all the live links, so you won't reach that until around chapter 10. But yeah, you can read it in the description. Then you also have memories, some of them will unlock due to the live links. Some of them do sub-stories, which will all be marked on the map, so you cannot really miss anything unless of course you don't check them out. Yokohama. The star shines bright in the dark. Jin, a Korean superstar, became friends with by chance one day in Kamurocho. Even though he's experienced some setbacks, it's great to see he's overcoming them step by step. Keep it up, Jin. 2. Days by the Okinawan Sea. I never forgot the time I lived in Okinawa. The time when my days were spent playing with the children, catching fresh fish for dinner. She may be a painful reminder of what I've lost, but I hold those memories close to my heart, wishing I could turn back. Time must be a sign I've gotten old. 3. I'm glad we could Michu. I used to think Onomichio was some tacky, gaudy local mascot. I never would have guessed he beloved nationwide. That's all because of everyone's undying support and Hironaka's unwavering faith in his potential. Maybe I could learn a thing or two from Hironaka's dedication. 4. Reliable allies. Some battles in life you can't afford to lose. In those times I can always rely on stamina, taurine and toughness. Too bad their names are so confusing I get them both and the benefits mix up. I'd say that's their only weakness though. 5. What a soap blend. When I first met Haruka, she asked me what a soap blend was. I remember how flustered I was. Haruka just laughed, seeing me squirm. She got me that time. I wonder how she reacted after her own son asked her the same question though. 6. The Dragon of the Ring. I often go by other names in this lifetime. Tachi Suzuki, Yoru, and of course, Dragon Mask. At first it was just a mask wrestler persona I made up for Tachi, but life led me to compete in actual matches. One day I would love to throw down in an incredible retirement match for Dragon Mask fans across the country. 7. Bridge over troubled water. Ijincho might not be the prettiest town, but it got some nice waterfront views. But with the river and the ocean, the sight from the bridge isn't too bad. Either if the local punks ever get on my bed so I know exactly where to toss them. Where do these toss even come from? 8. Memories of youth. I was a typical delinquent back in my school days. Embarrassing, I know. There's no point wasting time thinking about what ifs. In the end, despite all the detours I took, I managed to follow the path that Pops laid out before me, and there's nothing I change. 9. An old flame. One of my fondest memories in the time I went golfing with Kaoru, she managed to bend her golf club and the employee got mad at us for it. Even though she's a serious woman who strives for perfection, she has a surprisingly clumsy side to her too. I guess that's just part of her charm. 10. Haruka's gambler instincts. Maybe because of her lack of interest, Haruka was blessed with an incredible gambling instinct. Relying on her hunches helped me win a great deal of money, but it also landed me in a scuffle. She hasn't gambled since, but I wonder if she still got the same luck. Maybe one day I can find out myself in a game of Old Maid. 11. A Queen Shion. Shion Hee, the current leader of both Kumyo and the Yokohama Leon. Although we've only known each other for a short while, I can tell she's a great and talented leader. But young people like her around, the future looks promising. 12. Nothing like a good game. I used to play games at the arcade back in the day. It's easy to see the developers' passion and creativity if you know where and how to look. For every game I've enjoyed, I'm sure there's 100 more out there. If only I had time to play them all. 13. Man versus the sea. Sometimes when I look out over the water and take in the salty breeze, I remember the time I spent spearfishing. It was hard work to be sure, and I always had to fight off some giant creature or another. Every now and then, that huge octopus or the bloody shark will pop up in my nightmares. 14. In my next life. I just remember the time I dressed Mitsuo. He was trying to impress Riona, and I think what I chose was pretty solid. Maybe I should have done that more often for the Morning Glory kids, or maybe in my next life, if there's such a thing, I will work in the fashion industry. They call me the Dragon of Design or something. 15. One last game. I made many fond memories at the sandlot with my friends back in Onomichi. Hitting a home run in a big open field was exhilarating. One day, I loved nothing more than play ball with everyone again. 16. The usual place. Back in Onomichi, I would always look forward to stopping by New Gaudi. Although the mom was kind of welcoming, the other regulars were pretty distant, at least at first. But once I got to know them, they turned out to be some pretty great folks. I never forget the drinks and conversations we shared. They cheer me up even now. 17. The highway trauma. I've been attacked by the Snake Flower Triad, the Jingle Mafia, and other organizations on the highway. Be it a car chase or a heart-stopping brawl, there's been one too many close calls. So now I try avoiding the highway as much as possible. Taking it feels like a bad omen. 18. A perfectly strange combination. Some things in life just make for a strange combination. For me, that be Data-san and helicopters. And all the incidents I've been involved in up to now, Data-san often came to my rescue in a chopper. Maybe that's why I always get fired up whenever I see him in a helicopter now. 19. Grandchildren. Ruto, Haruka and Yuta sure made a precious little boy. If only he wasn't such a pathetic grandfather. I can't even give him his New Year's money, and what else are grandparents good for? Forgive me, Naruto, I'll be there for you if I could. 20. What is in his song? I may not be passionate about much, but when it comes to karaoke, it's like another side of me comes out. It's fun to sing until you get hoarse, even better when it's with a good group of friends. Maybe I will invite everyone out next time. 21. Attention to style. No matter how I'm dressed, I'm still me. As much as I tell myself, sometimes I just doesn't feel like it. I want to believe I'm dressed this way out of my own volition. This current outfit's not bad, but I can't bring myself to say it really suits me. 22. The Toyo clan. I never thought I'd live to see the Toyo clan gone. After all this time, my feelings, no matter, are complicated. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss everyone, but I'm as proud that Daigo and Watasen made the right decision. That's why I have to do my part. 23. A man named Taiga Seijima. Taiga Seijima, an absurdly huge man settling absurdly huge standards I'm not even close to reaching. He's stronger and quieter than everyone else I ever known. A man of his stature could take over the entire country if he wanted to, but he chose to help Daigo with the Great Dissolution instead. 24. The Castle Within. There are countless wonders in the world. I know for a fact I experienced one myself, but at the same time I feel like a dream. I swear I saw the huge castle split in two back in Osaka though, and another golden one emerging from within. Yeah, people would probably think that's too crazy to be true. 25. Yokohama Connection. I have a bit of a history of Yokohama. Even though I've been away from the city for a while, I'm glad to see it's still a nice town. Now that I'm back, it's no match for Kamurocho though. 26. The entertainment capital of the West. Sotombori is considered the entertainment capital of the West. It also shares a rivalry with Kamurocho. Much like the Omi Alliance and Toyo clan, but to me it's a special city where a lot of history has happened. It'd be nice to set everything aside for a moment and just enjoy some sightseeing. 37. Memories of Fukuoka. Nakasugai, Fukuoka, where he once lived and worked as Taichi Suzuki, the unassuming taxi driver. Though the time I spent was largely bleak and dreary, I do have a fond memory of my co-workers and Nagasu Taxi. If they hadn't welcomed me in, I wouldn't be here right now. 28. Thoughts on Onomichi. Onomichi, a calm shipbuilding town surrounded by the sea and mountains. Haruka's place of refuge, Haruto's place of birth, and as for me, my place of death. Despite everything that had happened, I always remember this place as peaceful and well, quiet. 29. Yumi's Dream. A wedding ceremony held in a Hawaiian church. Yumi described it so innocently. Visiting Hawaii with Yumi's ring was nothing more than a selfish wish of mine. But I still want to see her dream fulfilled. Maybe then she can rest in peace. 30. From foe to friend. The Jinwo Mafia and an old enemy in one's face in a bloody feud is a twist of fate. I'm now fighting alongside a survivor of the same conflict, Yugi Han, or at least his doppelganger. You never know what's life got in store. 31. Butterflies of the Night. I've been to my share of cabaret clubs, and behind all the pomp and splendor lies hard work and tireless effort. The entire staff is deserving of respect and I be mindful of that whenever I'm enjoying myself at the club. 32. Superior convenience. When it comes to convenience stores, Popo and M Store dominate the top. Hitting one up when you're suddenly feeling hungry is one of our life's simplest pleasures. I feel bad whenever I bust the windows in a scuffle. Happens more often than I like. I'll be sure to repay them in the form of stopping by whenever I can. Hopefully there'll be enough to cover the damages someday. 33. Dreams of a past life. The Sword Master. Dreams really are strange. In one of them I was the great swordsman Miyamoto Musashi in a showdown against Sasaki Kojiro. For some reason Haruka was also there. Crazy dream, I know, but once I woke up I was struck by how strangely vivid everything was. Even now, it's left an impression on me. 34. Dreams of a past life, the revolutionary. Dreams really are strange. In one of them I was Sakamoto Ryoma, but also a member of the Shinshin Gumi for some reason. Even Haruka and some other familiar faces were there too, but once I woke up, I was struck by how strangely vivid everything was. Even now, it left an impression on me. 35. Memories of the bartender. If the day ever comes when we can speak freely, we started off with some of the finest liquor we got. Wonder why he named his bar what he did. Survive. Got so many questions. 36. Memories of Yuki. Yuki hasn't changed much since our cabaret club days in Sotenbori. She's still the same clumsy but honest girl I met all these years ago. Now she's earnestly doing her best to run a Jirachi sushi bar in Ijincho. Hopefully it takes off one day as well. 37. Memories of the chief. Not only did the chief inherit his role from his predecessor, but his sense of responsibility and kindness as well. I'm sure he never changed for as long as he's in charge of the homeless camp. 38. Memories of Hamako. The people of Ijincho seem to see Hamako-san as a brash, no-nonsense woman, but she's actually more sensitive and considerate than she would have you believe. I'm glad she was able to sort out her thoughts after talking to me. Hopefully she'll be able to express the same feelings to Kasuga. 39. Memories of Zhou Kalong. First a triad boss, now an arms dealer. As far as weapons goes, I can't imagine him dealing in anything less than the best. Maybe I should check out what he's got. 40. Memory of Munon Suzuki. So Munon Suzuki's a streamer now. I was surprised at first, but I guess that's how he's trying to atone for his past crimes. Seems like people have actually been saved by his videos too. If there's really isn't divine being out there, I'm sure he's watching over you. 41. Memories of Amon. Amon, a mysterious assassin and formidable adversary. I've had many fights with him, but I can't remember if I've ever dealt with any of his siblings. It was a rough battle though, just like all games. Can't believe a guy like that taught me about the power of bonds. 42. Memories of Tachi. Thanks to Date-san's scheming I was able to reunite with Tachi, sort of, considering how one-sided it was. But that's fine by me, it helped me realize I was ready to leave the kids from Morning Glory, though I'm sure they've grown up just fine without me. 43. Memories of Date. I'm glad to Date-san hasn't changed, still sticking his nose in someone else's business ever since we first met during the Dojima case 30 years ago. He saved me time after time. I never imagined our friendship would last this long. Memories of Stardust. I saw Kazuki and Yuya over in Kamurocho. Though the club is a shadow of his former self, it's far cry from when the Jinwo family mafia took over. If only I could open up the bottle they've prepared for me, but I suppose the fact they've kept it so long is satisfying enough. 45. Memories of the Hiroshi family. I drank with Matsunaga and Takashira, members of the Hiroshi family, with how they were talking about the circumstances. They sounded like real yakuza. Perhaps because they following in the footsteps of their boss, Aneki Nagumo, this reunion just showed me how much they're better doing for themselves. 46. Memories of Nakajima. Got to see Nakajima-san, better known as the chief of Nagasu Taxi, who took me under his wing when I was in Fukuoka. He's still a brash and clumsy as I remember, at least from what I saw. I own him and Data-san so much. Those two are truly irreplaceable. 47. Memories of Sayama. I got to see Sayama, who I spent most of my time with in Osaka. To keep the youth from joining the yakuza in the future, he transferred in the juvenile division. It seems the life I lived influenced her, so perhaps the choices I've made weren't for nothing. 48. Memories of Akiyama. I met up with Akiyama, though it would be more accurate to say he ambushed me. That definitely caught me off guard, but knowing him, I should have expected it. Akiyama told me I gave him the courage to live, so there's no way I'm going to shrivel up and succumb to death now. 49. Memories of Haruka. I never thought I'd hear Haruka's voice again. She became so much stronger that the sun really stuck his neck out for me. I'm going to pay him back for this and can't keep running from my reason to live. 50. Memories of Hanawa. Hanawa and I both knew that death could come for us in this line of work. Really, it was only a matter of time. No, I wish I could think of it like that. Hanama, you take it from here. Okay, so Camera 8, you can also get 40 in total, some which unlocked by checking out the sub-stories. Number 1. A man named Makoto Data. Data-san, a stubborn old man, an awkward father who treasures his daughter, and a hardball detective who meets out justice better than everyone I ever known. In fact, I'm one of the people he saved. I may not have much time left, but I wish I could repay Data-san somehow for all he's done for me. 2. A man named Masayoshi Tanimura. Masayoshi Tanimura, a police officer I encountered with an actual spine. He fought for the residents of Little Asia all on his own. Despite being called the parasite of Kamurocho, I wonder what he's up to these days. I hope he's at last doing well. 3. A man named Ryuji Goda. Ryuji Goda, the Dragon of Kansai. Actually, he hated being called that. His fierce pride and immortal strength made an impact wherever he go. That's part of why I feel like he could reappear right before my eyes any moment now. If only that were possible. 4. A man named Yuta Usami. Yuta Asami, a man who underwent many trials and emerged a great deal stronger afterwards. I cannot trust him with both Haruka and Haruto's care. You got that, Yuta? I'm counting you. Make them both happy. 5. A man named Daigo Dojima. People can change, sometimes for the better and sometimes of course for the worse. Daigo is a prime example of this. Even though he was once an aimless youth who used to drink himself into oblivion, he grew into a competent leader over the years. Without him, the great dissolution wouldn't have been possible. That's why you ought to keep putting in the effort, Daigo. I'm relying on you. 6. The mysterious moneylender. Shun Akiyama, a man who saves people with money of all things. He's driven by capital more than anyone else I know, and versus power and influence. Even so, I'm proud to have a guy like him as the lifeline of Kamurocho. Wonder what his next move will be. 7. A gateway to another realm. Purgatory, a fitting name for an underground pleasure district that traps its denizens in a cycle of greed and lust. Dangerous as it is, the fact that purgatory even exists is part of what makes Kamurocho so fascinating. 8. Shrouded in steam. You know Sono Hot Spring, a refuge for the hustle and bustle of the city despite its being smack dab in the middle of Kamurocho? Too bad it's shut down. Guess if people need a vacation, they need to take an actual trip somewhere. 9. Leaving orders in the dust. Although it may have fallen from grace in recent years, I think Stardust still has the potential to be the finest club in all of Japan. The reason it's still standing is due to Kasuga Yuya's tireless efforts. tireless efforts, and if they keep at it, I'm sure they can reclaim the former glory. Don't let up, guys. 10. On-the-job training. When I think of cafe office, I can't help but remember some unpleasant memories of being drilled on business etiquette. The kid, and that equally unpleasant best at Oda. You never know what people will remember you by. 11. All you need in one spot. A Bisupon where all walks of life intersect. Checked. For me, it's a place to pick up things that come in handy in a fight. In fact, I'm pretty sure this stuff saved my life on more than one occasion. 12. The heavy hit that wore the crown. Tetsu Tachibana, president of Tachibana Real Estate, was a man of great power and influence, yet his one wish was simple. Humble. It's a shame he only got what other people wanted out of his life. Turns out he never saw that wish fulfilled. If only his story could have turned out different. 13. As a mother. It pains me to even think about it, but when Haruka got into an accident, she nearly lost her life protecting her son, Haruto. I hold so much respect for her as a parent and a guardian. You've grown stronger than I ever could have, Haruka. 14. The unknown world. I consider Kamurocho my home, but there are still parts of I don't know anything about. Like this district office, actually. Is it a district office? Old-fashioned building like this sure looks the part. I guess it's not important. I would like to learn about the why though. I feel like I could explore every inch of it and still find something new. 15. A legend from the past. Pops have always been a living legend. A guy I've looked up to for as long as I can remember. It's funny, all those years trying to follow in his footsteps, and in the blink of an eye I'm suddenly his age. I wonder if he's proud, looking down on me, seeing what kind of man I've become. 16. A legend for the future. Ichiban Kasuga. He's not a bad fighter by any means, but his true strength is his ability to unite those around him. There's something he has that I don't, and to tell you the truth, I'm a little jealous of that. 17. It's all good times. When it comes to Rikia, I used to take all the stupid shenanigans we got into for granted. Looking back on the now though, at least those moments are irreplaceable. Treasures that are one of a kind. Guess my life is more blessed than I realize. 18. At the top of the city. Akira Nishikiyama was like a brother to me. I know I shouldn't have dwelled on what could have been, but I can't help it. Was there a way to prevent that tragedy? Could we have ever walked the same path together? I doubt we ever know the answer for sure. 19. The place where we first met. If you're looking to drink and unwind in Kamurocho, the best place to hit up would be Serena, or Banton, where I first met Haruka. And back then it was called Bacchus. Or Bassus. A lot changed, and now Haruka is a mother herself. Makes you want to see what kind of other changes await in the future. 20. The Gates of Beginnings. Iconic Tenkaichi Street Gate, where the city begins and ends. Pretty sure it'll still be standing when I'm gone, watching over Kamurocho in my place. 21. A man named Shinji Tanaka. Shinji Tanaka no longer after joined the Toyo clan. I found out he was really into sex, the paid for kind. He always was a spunky kid. Wonder what kind of big shot he would be if he were still around today. I can only hope I mentored him well. 22. A place of serenity. Serena has always been a special place for me. I'm sure Yumi, Nishiki and Reina feel the same. Sometimes it feels like a huge weight been lifted off me. The more I walk through the door, but other times I leave with a heart twice as heavy. No other place can do that. 23. The best place to throw down. The average person is Serena backlog, nothing special, but for me it's the place where I've had many fights. From petty squabbles to life or death battles. I probably shouldn't stick around here too long. Another brawl might be just around the corner. 24. The Labyrinth in Kamurocho. Drinks at the famed Champion District in Kamurocho are the cut above the rest. I've had the chance to swing by every bar there, and if I can make it through this, I intend to change that. 25. When life throws curveballs. Nothing feels better than working up a sweat in the batting cages. Whenever I feel irritated or just plain miserable, I can always rack up some runs to shake it off. I should visit more often, at least to keep my swing sharp. Use it or lose it, as they say. 26. A man named Tatsuo Shinada. Tatsuo Shinada, a man who always has and always will love baseball more than anything. I wish I was one of those people who can devote their entire lives to that one true passion. But it might not be a bad idea to start searching for something now. 27. Memories of a ring. If you ask me what the best purchase of my life was, I would think of March right away, and everything that took place there. To think I gave a woman a ring as a birthday present, I really was naive fool back then. 28. The labyrinth runs deep. There are many facets to Camarocho, and the vast underground network of intersecting sewers would have to be one of them, because I still don't know everything there is to the city. Never a dull day here. 29. The town today. Any other geezer out there would gripe at how things were different than the good old days, but it's because we have the past to lean on that we can make today even better. There's no point comparing the past to present when we can strive for the future. 30. The empty lot. The view we take for granted today was only made possible by bloodshed and lives lost, all for a mere plot of land, and although society may have moved on, we never forget the sacrifice of those who came before. 31. A man named Goro Majima. Goro Majima, a man who does whatever he wants, whenever, wherever, and however he wants. Yet also a man whose conviction is stronger than anyone else I've known. If only he used that conviction on top of his wild charisma to guide the yakuza out of this current mess. 32. Ramen served with twists and turns. Kyuso #1 star used to serve ramen that would make slop seem tasty by comparison, but over time it managed to grow into one of Kamurocho's most popular restaurants. I almost wish they bring back the old recipe, purely for nostalgia, but I'd rather see them still in business. 33. The legendary tattoo artist. Utambori, the master tattoo artist who designed the dragon on my back. The next time I stand in front of him, I hold my head high. Honestly, he's a little frightening, but I miss how blunt he is. I hope he's doing well. 34. Dreams of another life, the apocalypse. Dreams really are strange. In one of them, Camarocho was infested with zombies. I carried a stupidly large gun around and rained bullets of them. Never thought I'd be one to go on a rampage. But I can't deny it's a pretty simple solution. But once I woke up, I was struck by how strangely vividly everything was. Even now, it still left an impression on me. 35. Memories of the Pocket Circuit. A spirited youth who was just about Pocket Circuit ended up becoming its promoter, the Pocket Circuit fighter, and now 30 years later he worked his way up to president. Good work, old friend. No matter the era, Pocket Circuit will always bring people together. Wish we could race again. 36. Memories of Emoto Medical Clinic. Doc Emoto's always supported Camarocho behind the scenes, giving aid to those with nowhere else to turn. Only difference now is he got a reliable successor. I hope you keep the steady pulse beating for years to come. 37. Memories of Ono Michio. Shizuko, a girl from Onomichi, who overcame her fear of getting surgery, is now studying to become a doctor in Tokyo. Seems Onomichio gave her the courage she needs. Still is, in fact, I'm rooting for you, Shizuko. I can give others courage too. 38. Memories of Komaki. Looks like old man Komaki's still taking on disciples in Camarocho. I'm always astounded by how unorthodox his training is, but the results speak for themselves. I've managed to learn so many things from him, and I'm sure his current disciples have to stay healthy and live long, old-timer. 39. Memories of Koyuki. So Koyuki became the owner of Force Shine and started a new brand soon. She's come a long way from fussing over the club during our early days in Osaka. Never a dull moment back then. She still as innocent and cheerful as she ever was. I wonder I wouldn't change that for the world. Memories of Force Shine. It was an honor and a pleasure to see Force Shine start anew in Tokyo. Feels like it's put a little spring in my step as well. Yuki? Koyuki? Never stop shining, girls. So those were all the memories of a dragon. It's quite a lot of text. So most of them you get by remembering the past. Some of them are from the live links. And some you get by progressing through the main story. But all of them will be marked on the map. And some you also get from the live links. So unless you don't go check them out in Kamurocho as in Jincho, you will not really notice them. And the moment the game says you can go to Kamurocho, you can already check out all those memories. So you can have done a lot of exploring before you actually go in the main story to Kamurocho. This was Memoirs of a Dragon. So thank you for watching, wish you well, like, comment, subscribe if you like it, see you in the next video.